Well, welcome to another installment of this is not so much the Progressive Patriot, 5 minutes, 10 minutes to an hour. This is me, Eli, just venting and putting out there what perhaps I sometimes when I do these little talks, maybe I learn something, maybe I put something together that's in my mind and ends up making more sense. Maybe it's something I reference later down the road and it helps me move forward. Whatever the case, I I'll make it clear I cannot afford to care about the people that have chosen to, as small of a number as it is, criticize my desire to speak about this this very complicated situation. Hey Queen, hey Jack. Jack, I haven't been seeing you in a hot minute, dude. I honestly didn't think I'd see you again, but you're always welcome here. Hey, what's up, Beachside? BSR. Honestly, man, I don't know that you'd, well, I don't know. I hope you wouldn't take that the wrong way. I just don't think what I have to share is entertaining. I am going to deviate from the chat, except when Mr. Hammock Berrywood Harry? No, I'm not gonna call you Harry. Just Mr. Berrywood is in the hizzy. What's up? Um, okay. This is not entertainment. This is just me putting things together. Today feels like a loss. Um, when you're going through an experience with someone as close as your mother, that makes it feel like like you're losing her. I it's a very strange thing. She's right in the other room, but right now I don't really know who that person is. Things came to a head yesterday, and I was mighty close. I was on the phone with dispatch for the police department in my vicinity, and I opened a call and described everything that was occurring. There are things that built up, of course, before I made the decision to make that call, and maybe I'll decide to share them, maybe I won't. This right now, I have to make it clear. I will engage with the chat, and I thank you all for being here. I hope something resonates. Perhaps there's something you can relate to. Maybe we'll learn from one another. But things got to a degree physical. Uh, Levels of anger I've never seen within this immediate family hit their threshold. Some of the most horrifying things I'd ever imagine hearing my parents say, I heard aloud, and I had to. It's not the first time I've been a mediator, but I do try to be somewhat sensitive of everything I put out there, regardless of the fact my immediate family doesn't listen to any of the stuff I do here. Yeah, there's always the you never knows, but I guess long story short, the last thing you ever want to hear the two people that brought you into this earth say in their golden years is, and I quote, um, my mother's saying to my father, "You're going to give me a heart attack." And my father, for the first time, because she's been using that line very often to, I feel, manipulate us to keep us at bay. And he finally cracked, and out of pure, nothing but pure anger and frustration, he said, You're going to give me a heart attack and you'll get a nice payout too." It's something to the effect of, "I'm sure, your scammers would love that." And I had to jump in and say, "Everybody shut the F up. We're not doing this." Uh, And we were taking on a BS ride. My mother requested to be taken to various stores where she is still trying to sneakily purchase gift cards because these scammers have done such a brainwashing number on her. And what I need the professional for, and there is an appointment tomorrow. it's for blood work, but I hope my father follows through with our agreement of explaining the other issues happening and not waiting for a specialist. um, that just they have such a grip on her. It's been it's our fault. It's my father and I's fault for allowing it to build up to what it has. And I know I'm whispering and bear with me, and I'm sharing very personal stuff. I have come to terms with being transparent. I've People have chosen to critique me for that. And it is what it is, and I'm at peace with speaking this and that's it. And it does me some good. And right now I need all the good I can get because a real kink in our plan has occurred. And if I jump around a little bit, bear with me. There are some things I know it's not wise I put to words here. But I will say that I was very happy today, briefly, even though we're always at the edge of madness. I mitigated and orchestrated a family intervention. I got everybody involved. My mother has such a huge family. And I, for one, I feel guilty and angry at honoring the request from the person in my family that required silence and privacy. Uh, I should have never followed suit with that because now I'll always ask, would it have gotten as bad if maybe I would have done this sooner? So I finally called, and guess what? It wasn't any damn secret in the first place. So there are people in my family that are definitely a little bit more comfortable. And my aunt has a professional she's going to consult, and we're all gonna have a meeting, right? And this one aunt of mine, my mother has like eight sisters, and I don't even know how many brothers. Four, eight, I don't know. She has a lot of family, Colombian. And this one aunt of mine, this one sister of hers, the youngest, went and opened her freaking mouth. And I see irony as I'm talking about all this, but honestly, like, what does it matter? Because this aunt, and I wouldn't have done this live had this not happened. My aunt went and told my mother what the family has been planning. So everything we built up, all the momentum and the trust and the planning and having people flying out and a Zoom meeting as well. It just all of it now. I don't know what my mother knows, and now it's such a mixture of emotions because I'm super pissed, so bad. Like the anger is so bad that it feels like a cancer. It feels like a parasite eating at me inside. And I want to call my aunt and I want to just lash out like a fiend. My brother begged me to be calm, even though he's baffled. We're all baffled. We don't know why she would do such a thing. Is the urge to gossip so strong that you're willing to sabotage your yourself, your family, compromise like your own peace of mind? This what I would ask her or tell her had I had the opportunity, or when I do is let me give her a fake name. Um, Phew, I gotta come up with something. Let's call her Tater. Tater, what were you thinking? What were you doing? Did you really feel it was more important to open your big, senseless mouth and tell my mother, who is in such a fragile, sensitive state, what's going on? And what the hell do you get out of that? What did you do? Now you know what I demand of you as reconciliation. Drive all the way out here because now you got to deal with this. You don't live with this. You don't try to protect this every single day. You come out here and drive here, Tater. Drive out here, stay with her, and explain to her why you felt that the need to gossip was more valuable than to protect her. She's your older sister, you selfish woman. I don't understand. This was such a blow to my family, and I'm gonna be. I've been at work. I've been speaking with like four different family members to just keep things organized, and this could rightly be the the straw that breaks the camel's back in terms of helping my mother, who has refused every offer possible because she refuses to believe that there is any problem. And I'm not proud to share that. I yeah, I know, like, there's things that I'm sharing super personal, but from the outside listening in, it might be funny to you. So all I ask, and feel free to laugh, of course. I can't be like the laughing Gestapo or anything, but just try to put yourself in my shoes when I say, well, what I'm gonna say. You know, one of these little bastards, and I know, like, I got to speak to two of them. I found their WhatsApp numbers and I called two of these bastards. I've scared away four. And I've made some of them stop, but they just keep at it. They're never ending. The individuals I speak to are clearly Hindi, and because of some of these scammer channels I watch, I know how to insult in Hindi. If you ever want to piss off somebody in that language, just say Benchod. But some of these bastards have convinced my mother that there has been a suitcase of some kind sent to our state, and I don't know what that means. I don't know if my mother is going to go searching. We are now worried about her just picking up and leaving. She's convinced there is a place for her in California to stay and work for Keanu Reeves or Johnny Depp or Kevin Costner's team. And I know I'm speaking very low, and that is for a good reason because I I'm in fear of what you know. I mean, what the hell does it matter anymore, really? I mean, my one aunt ruined everything, but we're still gonna try and we're still gonna go forward and we're gonna do whatever is necessary. I'm not sitting in this house any longer watching her slip away every day. And her losing her temper the way she did yesterday specifically is an image I'll never forget because I've never seen it in all my years of living. Oh, look, one of the Keanu Reeves accounts just messaged me because I've made it a point, my life's mission. If I have a moment's free time, I say terrible things to these Keanu Reeves folks on Instagram, and yeah, he he keeps repeating, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh man, it's frustrating. Absolutely needless and senseless. Doesn't really accomplish anything, but that's like it serves the same purpose as a punching bag. And oh, I would spend all the money I could possibly, all the money that I have, and I would steal all the money I possibly could if I was guaranteed that I could find each and every single person that has been involved in this scam of brainwashing my mother and convincing her to. I get she just wants to give all of her money away. I don't understand. I really do not understand. We've prevented her from buying gift cards almost a dozen times. I had to rip her checkbook out of her freaking hands yesterday, and she chased me, and pretty sure she maybe swung at me at the back of my head, and so volatile, so angry. But what pains me is I know the source of this is like loneliness, but if there is something, there's no if here. Like, I'm convinced, but I still need a doctor to just lay it out straight and say, look, you can see it, the brain, there's something wrong. And then we could properly address this situation. My days are now consumed with my full-time job and full-time worrying about my mother, where she's going to go. We've frozen all of her accounts. She doesn't have access to her checkbooks or her credit card. She just, maybe we think she has some cash. And I just, there's always this level of paranoia of what's going to happen next, what's going to go wrong next, what's the next folly, what's the next whatever, the next, I wish I could say adventure. What's the new bad news of the day, of the night? and I feel terrible for my father, who's been my savior. He's been my Superman. He saved my life so many times, and I'm watching him. This is killing everybody in this house, and it's killing my brother. My brother has MS. He is in Brooklyn. He has a few illnesses, but he is stronger than me, and he has two beautiful kids, my niece and my nephew. He handles his business. He gets to work every day, and he has been speaking to me back and forth as much as possible. And I love him so much, and I miss him, and I hope he does decide to come here. I can't wait to see what happens after Sunday, but I'm so frightened of what happens before Sunday. I hope maybe tomorrow at the doctor's when she gets blood work, I hope she still agrees to go. I hope my father doesn't decide again that he won't speak up and that he tells this doctor, look, it's an emergency. Here's what's going on. Please help my wife. Please help the mother of my son. Please help my partner of X amount of years. Just he's not a speaker like me. He's the reserved one. He's the I got it under control one. And I'm finding myself trying to take the lead. Not trying, I've taken the lead. I'm the aggressor. And just everybody is now against each other, but we're to some degree we're on the same page. So I say this for my own coping, but I also say this because, this is clearly going to impact my ability to get on here and do exactly what I want to, because I have a lot of ideas, topics, and plans. I've networked with a lot of other podcasters, and man, there's so much beautiful opportunity, but we can never change the number one priority in our life. I mean, I'm sure we can, but when it comes to family, I don't know that I know anybody that would willingly turn their family away and put them second to anything. So unfortunately, that absolutely comes first is me dealing with this and being as fully attentive as possible. And my job, I was at my job. We had a big visit today from corporate. And while I did my job, I wasn't there mentally. I'm I'm nowhere. Wherever I am physically, I'm not there. I'm right here in this house. Okay, I'm gonna take a moment to check all y'all out here. Hey, well, Summer Trunkle Toe, that's a nice little name. Let me see. You can always call and share your concern with a dot. Yeah, you know what? You have a point there. I mean, I have already been proactive, and I called the Walmart that I knew she was at, and they already knew not to serve her any freaking damn gift cards. I'm honestly, truly thinking, and I'm gonna insert myself in this tomorrow. I'm calling out of work tomorrow, I think. No, I'm calling out of work. I'm insisting, just like I insisted to go with my mother to Walgreens and Walmart, where I followed her around and she protested. She keeps saying I'm trying to act like her father. I wish she would understand that the roles do reverse as she ages, and I'm just gonna insist I go. And then I can't blame my father for choosing not to speak because I will have spoken. Thank you, Summer. Believe it or not, that little comment, that little suggestion and idea just gave me my idea and a plan. And I'm not going to worry about making sure that my shift can be covered and yada yada. I work for a big corporation. I can speak to the manager like I did last time when I left in a panic to go find her. I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna call in the morning and say I cannot come to work. Family, period. And they can't really ask much more than that. They already know as well. All right, let me let me look around here. Steven, it's good to see you. Hey, LNC. Wow, it's great to see you again. Ellen, I wish we never lost the time that we did. I know it's old, really super old stuff, but there was so much that was foolish back then and not true. But I'm glad that you're here and you honor me with your presence. I was always fond of your kindness and your advice. Anyway, Yeah, Summer, thank you, by the way. She just doesn't understand how bad these. No, she has no idea. She really believes, to be honest, it's felt like she absolutely values, I'll go as far as saying loves these frauds and scammers, these evil, soulless bastards, more than she loves her family. That's been made very clear. For the past couple of weeks, if I go into her room morning or night, she gets angry if I interrupt her. She has been telling some of her most immediate family, like my brother and one of my aunts, that she's in an important business call with somebody in Europe, and she'll call back and she'll hang up on them. They have never experienced that in their life. My brother, who has always been so like closer with my mom because he was her first, he's like in his 50s now. Um, he was in such a state of shock. I think he didn't believe things were too so bad until he called and heard her say that. And this morning when I walked in there after the drama of last night, I walk in and she's on her bed looking like not looking good, like unkempt, and her hair is all matted and wild. And since she doesn't have, any credit cards or anything like that, I saw her. She was in the middle of trying to create a new PIN number on something for something. I don't know what that. She wouldn't tell me what the hell it was for. And she's got a little notepad. She's trying to teach herself how to do things on there. And oh my God, stuff is it drives everybody mad. Everybody's a victim. When one loved one is going through it, we all go through it together. All of us feel the pain and the frustration together. I just wish she wouldn't get so angry when I make it so abundantly clear that I just want to help and I just want to protect her. And then she feels insulted and she points out she's 39 years older than me. And yeah, I honestly feel like she doesn't want me around, and that's okay. I think that's a part of the disease. Let me look around a bit. You should be able to get, yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Sharon. I know if I was just open and honest, I would be able to get all of the necessary permissions to ensure that I can help protect and be there for my mother, especially th- this is my only opportunity. Hold on, I'm a little paranoid, that things are just too quiet, and I'm starting to believe is she on the other side of my locked door, but it's pretty hard not to hear her coming. This is just a crazy. I almost moved out on a whim just to be away from it, but I can't abandon my mother. And the evil of I scared one scammer really bad, right? I convinced him I was a part of a scammer payback YouTube channel. And I really did scare him. I just said all the right things. And let's just say I found means to monitor the conversations through something. And so I was sharing details that he used. One of them being, by the way, just so you see how crazy it is, and you also realize, like, if people are willing to believe this, just how deep it goes. So she believes A, she was speaking directly with Johnny Depp or a team member or something, and she even doesn't opt to speak with them because she feels her voice is too hoarse. So she's okay with staying on text messaging, which makes it harder for me to disprove anything. But this dickhead said, just pay $1,850. Then I give you the necessary member ID paperwork once you give me your full name, and then you can officially be on the payroll of being on the manager team. How do you deal with somebody that is willing to believe these things? And the only way she's accepted that she will be wrong is when she's proven wrong. But when is that? When is that? We've already allowed her to spend $100 on one of these bastards, and nothing came back in return. And now something about a suitcase, and I don't know what the hell that means. I probably sound pretty damn desperate. Thank you for hearing me out. Let me yeah, and it is their job. These people they rotate. Okay, it's not one person. I could have scared the first asshole off, and then the next asshole got on, and who knows? There's teams. There's teams and companies and buildings full of these scumbags that they don't care who their victims are. What did I say to this one bastard? I said, have you no honor? What do you think what would your mother think? Stuff like that. And after I was talking about details of his scam and things that he said to, his victims, he's like, "Who are you?" Yeah, it felt good to scare him, but it doesn't go far enough. Still, I'm scrolling up and I'm reading Mr. Smith. I don't know you or recognize you, but if you know Queen, you're a friend of mine. Welcome. Let me see what Steven here says. Elijah, thank you guys for just being here with me like this right now. This is replacing my numbing myself with alcohol. Full transparency. I've done nothing but obsess about just numbing out after work every single night because this has driven me so insane. And I didn't quit alcohol. I took a break, but oh boy, man, this brings you to that level where just being in your own mind, every scenario, every gear in your head starts turning for the worst. You start to feel broken. Just be there for them, hug them every day. Say hello. Yeah, I'm trying, man. I truly am. She she doesn't want affection. She told me this morning that my father and I completely lost her trust because we ripped her purse out of her hands and two separate checkbooks and froze her account. Yeah. So I would love to show affection. I'd love for the affection to be received. What's up, Slim? Damn, bro, it really. Oh, well, Mr. Smith, if this truly a first time meetup, the honor is all mine. I will be the first to admit uh, there's no paranoia on YouTube. I used to have paranoia on YouTube because boy, oh boy, you learn a lot of life lessons. Like live YouTube and the internet. Every lesson learned is super fast. You grow, you're born, you grow, and you die real quick on YouTube, man. So, yeah, it's just nice to have you. If you're a new face, super, super welcome. Any shorts that this channel has is normally about my huge comic book collection and the live shows is interacting with all you lovely, amazing people and getting down to the truth, no matter the cost, especially regarding our corrupted government and establishment and our country being in such dire straits right now. And if I wasn't terrified of enough things, I'm certainly terrified of the next election cycle. And yeah, so I find a lot of things to talk about regarding that because there's no damn shortage. And I love talking about whistleblowers and real journalists, the ones who put their lives on the line. That's that's kind of my shtick. But the people here are every part or just as much a part of the Progressive Patriot channel as myself being here is. Without them, I'm not. Trisha, I've been wanting to reach out to you privately, although Instagram is the devil. But yeah, I'm so expect a message, and I want to say I adore you for many reasons. I think you're just super talented, and I just want to share that. Thank you for being a friend. Insert cue for the Golden Girls music to play. Only I am not yet a golden aged woman. It's 2023, but not quite 2024 yet. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, okay, moving on. Let's see. What did I miss? What did I miss? Trilogy Media is my favorite. I've seen that. The meetup and the money mules at hotels is crazy. Okay, new stuff. Mutated illustration is here. I am a fan of mutated illustration. Mutated. I am eager to see when you go live on the channel. You got my full support. Every resource at my disposal is yours. I hope Keep the Peels, Mr. Jeremy is doing fantastic. And of course, goes without saying, Queen Survivor, I wish you were here. I know you wish the same. I hope everything's going okay. I have not forgotten. I have three people in real estate that I know can help. I just don't think that they've had the time to get back to me, or maybe I haven't seen any messages yet. But I promise you, very soon, very soon. Anyway, moving on. Hey, what's up there? Actions, not distractions. That's my boy Justin. Actions, not distractions. Meet the chat. Chat, meet Justin. Justin is another super talented individual who is self-teaching himself how to be a boss and a player in all the right ways. And I know he's got a lot to surprise us all with. This man is capable of such amazing things, and he is going to give himself a break whenever he beats himself up so he can take the time to show us all what he has been able to accomplish. I could not ask for a better family than a lot of you that are here and have been with me. And no matter what's happened, trials, tribulations. The only one of the quotes that I do really like from the Joker, even though he's an absolute psychotic, murderous prick, is what doesn't kill you makes you stranger, stranger and stronger. I like that very much. Let's see. I'm reading chat, so bear with me. I hope y'all are nice and you know what I should do in the future. Maybe add like a background and music, and we can all kind of chat like this with a little bit more ambiance. Or I could just drop the crystal ball and go full, you know, techno, retro, disco style. Totally up to you. I'll put on the John Travolta Saturday Night Fever look if that's something y'all interested in. Bell bottoms and all. No cap. That's what the kids say these days. You bussin', man? No cap. All right. All right. Angel Wings. Hello. Yeah. Oh, goodness. So, ironically, I was going to say to Slim Reaper, my brother, you always seem to get here when I'm about to pop on out. But no, you got to stick around long enough for some of this. And, well, okay, damn it. Every moment I'm thinking of saying, I'm going to head on out. Just, you guys are addictive. What can I say? I may have to see a doctor. Oh, how about that? I am seeing a doctor tomorrow. I'll mention how I appear to be addicted to the people I've met over YouTube and how I insufflate all of you and intravenously. So this chat, I hope you know, is connected through a not a straw. What's the word? Those things that it puts the water and the vitamins into your veins intravenously. Yeah. I literally inject your comments into my veins. Hope that's not weird or anything. It's just it helps me remember things. I am a forgetful fella. Okay. All right. So I'd like to always remind any of the bushwhackers, that's what I call the people that linger in the background and have not yet felt the confidence to speak, or hate watchers, which is okay. You're welcome too. Although I've allowed myself to block people I don't like, because I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. And bless all our hearts for having that ability. There's no reason to be masochistic or self-sabotaging. So what was I gonna do? What was I gonna say? I think I'm at my wit's end here. This has been helpful, by the way. Thank you. I do feel better. I put a lot out there. That's what I do. Transparency is just, and it's like an appendage. It's a part of me, and that's just that. It comes with the package. Okay? Okay. What was I gonna do? What was I gonna say? I think that's it. Oh yeah, the last thing. Please feel free. Not that this one was controversial. I didn't touch on any topics that the mainstream will hate, but absolutely do feel free. If you feel that this has been fun or sincere, or just if you didn't mind spending time here, please go ahead and hit the like button. It helps. And I'd say share, but I don't think this is one that's like a normal, typical episode. Not that we respect the word normal here, ever. But yeah, so just the thumbs up and maybe a comment or two. It means a lot. And thank you for all the feedback. Thank you so much for all the feedback. As I've been sharing what I've been sharing, I really, truly, just as much as I've been reaching out to my family, I've really fallen to rely on this community with all of you amazing folks. That's that. Don't take your today's for granted. Hug and show love to your loved ones. You never know. There was something I thought of at work today that I thought was not clever, but it hits the nail on the head, so to speak. Don't let your don't let your today be a too late. And I say that with bearing in mind, the loved one I'm dealing with, and whenever I feel so frustrated, I don't want to say or do anything that I'd regret so much. And, look back and say, well, it's too late now. That's it, guys. Good night, one and all. Thanks for sticking it out. Y'all are the real champions. Good night, my friends. Queen Survivor, well, I love you. Good night. I got an early doctor's appointment tomorrow.